Hey everyone, it's Danielle here with another video, and it's me introducing it this time. Y'all, you ain't even ready. So, about several months ago, I got introduced to a book series called the Ruinous Love Trilogy. Yes, yes. Round of applause. The Ruinous Love Trilogy is a series written by author Brynne Weaver. It features 3 different books, all about serial killers and their romances and their adventures and some crazy, crazy stuff. And I read it and then immediately ran to Trisha and Ashley and was like, y'all need to read this immediately. Read it. And then, of course, we got busy with other things. But now, several months later, we are finally all reading it. So they are both reading it for the first time. I am rereading it. However, in this video, you are going to see just myself and Ashley. So Ashley is going to be reading Butcher Blackbird, Leather and Lark, and Scythe and Sparrow for the very first time, reading them in order of release. Butcher and Blackbird is book 1. Leather and Lark is book 2. Scythe and Sparrow is book 3. Yours truly, however, because I have already read this fantastic series, will be tandem reading them. So I am going to be reading them as a tandem read, and we are so thankful to the creator who put together this tandem read. I cannot remember the name right now, but we will leave it down below. So I will be tandem reading it, and I am so excited to see how this is as a tandem read. So excited. So exciting. So, but we will also have a separate video because Trisha is reading this for the first time. Her and I will have a separate video where we talk about this world and everybody and everything in it. So enjoy this video. You will see along the way in real-time reading Ashley and her thoughts on all the books, and then my real-time tandem read. We hope you enjoy it, and as always, we'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Maybe you want to hit that like button. Maybe you want to hit that subscribe button. All right, y'all, let's get into the video.
Hey everyone, hopping on here to just tell you my thoughts on Butcher and Blackbird. I am right now on page 137. The title for this chapter is Puzzles, and I'm enjoying it. It is very different than other books I have read, but yeah, it's not that bad so far. I'm just close to the halfway mark. I will hop on here and tell you my thoughts when I get halfway, and then hopefully do 2 more clips. But anyway, I'm liking it so far. It's very different, but yeah, I'll talk to you more when I get to the halfway point.
All right, y'all. So I have finished step 1 of the tandem read, which was to read the first 12 chapters of Butcher and Blackbird. I absolutely love the way that Brynne Weaver writes banter between characters and develops romances and relationships between the main male character and the main female character. So Butcher and Blackbird is following Sloane and Rowan. Sloane is who is called the Orb Weaver, and she basically kills terrible people who do absolutely terrible things and kill other people. So basically, they're killers who kill killers. Rowan is a chef by day, killer by night. He has 2 brothers that we've been introduced to, Lachlan and Fionn, and Sloane has a best friend named Lark. So the second book is about Lachlan and Lark, and the third book is about Fionn and another character who's going to show up later. But now I'm on to step 2 of the tandem read. Okay, so this is a little tandem read guide that I made for myself. ignore where it's placed in my reading journal because that is just where I had room for it. So I'm going to show you how the tandem read works. So here's our tandem read guide. So we start with the first 12 chapters of Butcher and Blackbird. And for the first little bit, we're going between Butcher and Blackbird and Scythe and Sparrow. So the first and third books. So I've already read the first 12 chapters of Butcher and Blackbird. Then we're going to read the first 11 of Scythe and Sparrow. We'll read 2 more in Butcher and Blackbird. Then a chapter from Scythe and Sparrow. 2 more chapters from Butcher and Blackbird. 2 chapters from Scythe and Sparrow. And then we read 1 chapter from Butcher and Blackbird, and then we get into Leather and Lark. So I'm really excited to, especially for this part where we're bouncing back and forth, to see what that is like. So let's get going. So step 2 of the tandem read is for Scythe and Sparrow, and I have to read the first 11 chapters of this book. This is the 3rd book in the trilogy. However, because these books all happen within the same timeline, so basically you're seeing all of these couples happening throughout the same time, just different things are happening to all of them. That's why it works for a tandem read. So we're not going to the 2nd book. We're actually going to the 3rd book. I'm excited because this was my least favorite book in the series. Not that there was anything wrong with it. I still rated it a 4. But I'm excited to see if I like it a little bit better reading it in the tandem read. So I'm going to read the first 11 chapters, and then I'm excited because then I kind of bounce back and forth between different books, which I will show you.
Hey everyone! So, I'm hopping on here just to talk about Scythe and Sparrow. So I am finally reading the last book. And I don't have the physical book because I haven't bought it yet. I'm reading the audiobook on Libby, and so I don't have a physical copy with me. So yeah. I just wanted to pop on here though to say that I am 19% through the book. I don't know the page numbers, of course, because like I said, I'm doing an audiobook, but I will get a final page count on when I do my Goodreads update. Anyway, I am 19% done the book. And so far I'm really liking it. It's really cute. Rose is hilarious. I absolutely love her. Her job is very, very cool. She works at a circus in the Cage of Death with the motorcycle, with 2 other people too, because I believe there's twins that also are in the cage with her. Absolutely, like that's really like a really cool job. Fionn and Rose already are like really cute. They are like just they don't banter as much as Leather and Lark did, and Butcher and Blackbird, but they're like he's very caring towards her. I mean, he's a doctor, but he's very caring towards her, and the minute that he heard that Matthew was the one that did that to her, he immediately wanted to kill him. And I'm like, oh, like that's just so cute. um and with Rose, she had to take off the bandages on one of the days, and she was talking to herself in the washroom saying, you can do it, yeah, you got this, you're not as strong as you think. And I'm like, girl, that's something I do. I don't like taking off bandages, even like the small ones I get. I'm like, no. And when she calls him Dr. McSpicy, honestly though, when I first heard that, all I could think about was McDonald's. So now I want McDonald's. Anyway, um, other than that, right now, that's all I can say right now. Like I said, I'm only 19% through the book, um, and but I'm enjoying it so far. It's really really cute, and I can't wait to just like to to hop on here and give you my thoughts. So checking in about Scythe and Sparrow. So oh, I forget. I think I'm like 31% through the book. Just want to say that I'm really liking. So it's Fionn not Finn. I thought it was Finn, but it's Fionn. But that's what the audiobook says. And I'm really liking it so far. I like them. I like Rose and Fionn together. They're really cute. And it's one, I have some notes here that I'm like, this is really like, okay. So the Barbara, the raccoon, she's so far my favorite character. I like that he crochets, and that's just like something that he does to let the stress go down. And then the next time he goes to meet the nice old ladies, like the crocheting circle, Rose is there, and he's like, "Oh my gosh!" He's like, "What are you doing here?" And when she tells, and when Rose tells the nice old ladies that she's making a swing, I was like, oh my gosh. And they're so for it too. And they're like, oh yeah, you should use this and that and use these knots. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I love them. I love them so much. And when Fionn says, I'll take a raccoon for you anytime, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, my goodness. So I'm really liking it. It's really good. This might be, well, so far, Lark and Leather. I mean, sorry, Leather and Lark is my favorite. But I mean, this might be taking over my favorite. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I'm like in the 30% done it like area. So I don't really know if it will be, but I'm really liking Rose and Fionn, and it's really good so far.
All right, I have read the first 11 chapters of Scythe and Sparrow. Like I said, this book was not one of my favorites of the trilogy. My absolutely favorite one was the second one, so I cannot wait until I get to read it. But I have read all these books, so I know that we are coming to the part that it does cross over a little bit in the story. The third book is happening at the same time as the kind of middle part of the first one, and then throughout the entire second one. So I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm understanding how we are crossing over. And then the second one, a lot of it, the events are going to cross over. So I'm really, really excited. We are now going to switch back over to the first one. I'm going to read 3 chapters from that one, and then we read one from Scythe and Sparrow. And I know what's going to happen next. Like I said, I've read all these. I loved them. I know what happens. But yeah, I'm excited for this part because this part's really funny. Again, I love how Brynne Weaver writes banter and builds relationships between the main male characters and main female characters. I think it is so good. And I am liking this a little bit better than the first time, and I think I'm really going to like it now at the part we are at with Scythe and Sparrow and it being a tandem. So I'm really excited. I will catch up with you once I am um on to the second book because I kind of go back and forth now for the next several chapters between Scythe and Sparrow and Butcher and Blackbird. So I will catch up with you after I do that. So it's 3 chapters in Butcher and Blackbird, 1 chapter in Scythe and Sparrow, 3 chapters in Butcher and Blackbird, 2 chapters in Scythe and Sparrow, and then 1 chapter in Butcher and Blackbird. So I'll catch up with you then and then tell you my thoughts.
So I'm doing my halfway check for Butcher and Blackbird. So I'm at the halfway point, and I have to say that it is wild, but it is also very cute. I'm really liking Rowan and Sloane together. They're very cute. Well, they're not like together, but you know they are doing the like the game that they do, killing someone once a year. The chapter I just finished was, I don't want to give too much away, but the chapter I just finished was about them killing someone with a chainsaw who would kill people with a chainsaw. So yeah, that chapter was wow. So I'm excited to get back to it. Right now, my um, rating for this book is 4 stars. It might go up to 5, but we'll see. I'm excited to get to the end, so I will pop up on here when I'm done the book and then give you my full thoughts. Yeah, but right now it's really good. I Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was gonna like this or not, but
All right, I have finished the kind of switcheroo between Scythe and Sparrow and Butcher and Blackbird, kind of going back and forth. It was really, really fun to see the scenes in Scythe and Sparrow and the same scenes in Butcher and Blackbird from the different perspectives of Fionn and Rose and Rowan and Sloane. So that was really interesting and really cool. Now, the books are being set up that the characters are all coming to Boston. Rowan is opening his brand new restaurant that he has named Butcher and Blackbird, which is so fun after him and Sloane. Their relationship is really, really starting to come together, and we're seeing the care and the love between them, and also the spiciness. Whereas with Scythe and Sparrow, we are just at where Rose and Fionn are becoming more connected physically. They are not quite open with their feelings just yet. Um, so, yeah, interesting to see. But I am so excited because we are finally at the point where Leather and Lark are coming in the book, where we are getting to see Lachlan and Lark's story. So, Lark is already with Sloane in Boston, and Lachlan's going to come for Rowan's um, um, restaurant opening. So, I am so excited. We don't have very much of Butcher and Blackbird left, just that little part. And we haven't started Leather and Lark at all. So I'm so excited to get into it. So for the next little bit, we go one chapter of Leather and Lark, one chapter of Scythe and Sparrow, 2 chapters of Leather and Lark, and then back to Butcher and Blackbird. So I think I will check in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 steps, and then I'm going to check in. So we have a chapter of Leather and Lark, a chapter of Scythe and Sparrow, 2 chapters of Leather and Lark, 3 chapters of Butcher and Blackbird, 4 chapters of Scythe and Sparrow, and then a chapter of Leather and Lark. So then I will catch up with you after that.
so just doing another check-in about Scythe and Sparrow. So I am 61% done the book. I'm on the chapter called Claws, and it's like 1 year, like claws, like sorry. um, and it's 1 year later, and I haven't read it yet, but that's the chapter I'm on. I'm not sure the number because the audiobook doesn't tell me the number, but I am 61% done the book, which yay. Anyway, I just want to say I'm really, really liking it. Again, I'm not done it, but so far it is a lot better than Leather and Lark, and Leather and Lark was my favorite between the two books, between them when I read just the two books. This one is quickly becoming my favorite. I do love Rose. She is amazing. I love her and Fionn together so much. They are the cutest couple ever. Um, so yeah, I'm loving them, and there's just so much to say that I don't know where to start. um, but yeah, I just finished the chapter. The chapter before was like her at her and Fionn reconnect after a bit at the circus, and yeah, things happen, and yeah, I'm really, really liking it. It's a good book. Not as much, so like with each book, it seemed like the killing went down. So for the first one, there was quite a bit. The second one, there was, yeah, here and there. And this one's like yeah, it's happening, but it's like non-existent, I feel like. Or it happens very quickly. With the other ones, I feel like it was kind of drawn out. But other than that, yeah, it's really good.
Okay, I finished that little back and forth between Scythe and Sparrow and Butcher and Blackbird and Leather and Lark. That was really fun. It felt very much like a TV show. We had Rowan open up his restaurant, and the brothers were all in town. And then Rowan gets kidnapped by David, who was from the house with the Thorsten guy, and David turns out that he's not so dumb as they thought he was, and he turns out to be a serial killer. What? And he takes Rowan hostage, and Rowan tries to get Sloane to leave by saying he doesn't love her anymore and whatever, and gives her hints of why he's saying that. And she figures it out and goes and saves him along with the help of Lachlan and Finn. So a little bit of an intense moment. We also are seeing progression in the timeline. So Butcher and Blackbird takes place over, I believe it's about 4 or 5 years. And now we're at a point in Leather and Lark and Scythe and Sparrow that we're now going to jump ahead a year. So these relationships do take place, and these storylines do take place over the course of many years, which is really, really interesting. Like I said, I'm really enjoying reading this as a tandem read. It's very much feeling like a TV show, and I'm enjoying it a lot more than the first time that I read it. I also feel like reading it as a tandem read is explaining things more and making the details come together more coherently. And it's really interesting. Like, for example, um, they had in Butcher and Blackbird, Rowan and Sloane end up at Finn's house and they meet Rose. And then in Scythe and Sparrow, it picks up there, and then it's Finn treating Sloane for her shoulder, her dislocated shoulder. And then back in Butcher and Blackbird, it was about Rowan and Sloane getting spicy for the first time, that we see this scene between them. So it's like the little details that aren't included in some of the stories are included in the others from different points of view. And it's really interesting. And I feel like it makes the story feel more complete than it did reading the book separately. So now I am going to continue in my tandem read. So next is reading from chapter 23 of Butcher and Blackbird to the end of the book. And then we do a huge chunk in Leather and Lark. So we're reading from chapter 5 to chapter 22. So a huge chunk of this book, which I don't mind. I love this book. Like I said, it is my favorite from the series. So it'll be exciting to kind of be in this little world for a while. And then we bounce between Scythe and Sparrow and Leather and Lark for a little bit until the end of our tandem read.
Hi everyone, so I thought I'd just come on here with my thoughts, my final thoughts on Butcher and Blackbird. So I have finished this book and I really, really liked it. I gave it 4 stars. There was some filler chapters I could have done without, but other than that, it was good. I will say that the chapters towards the end of the book start to get really, really long. But other than that, the chapters are an okay length. I love Sloane and Rowan together. They are super duper cute, and I can't wait to get to the second book, which is Lark and Leather. A coworker gave it to me, so I can't wait to get to it.
All right, I am at the part of the tandem read where I finished Butcher and Blackbird. I still loved it as much as I did the first time around, but it was really interesting for it to be part of a tandem read. Now, obviously, this is not the last time I'm going to see Rowan and Sloane, and I love how this book ended with their wedding, and they are officially married, but they have the Phantom coming after them. And well, coming after those, they love Lark and Lachlan, which most of that takes place in the second book with a little bit of crossover from the third. I am quite a few chapters into the third book, Scythe and Sparrow. We don't have a lot left. Hold on, I will show you. All right, so we have this much left of Scythe and Sparrow. So we have 7 chapters plus 2 epilogues and a bonus chapter left. And so now for the tandem, we bounce between Leather and Lark and Scythe and Sparrow. And now I'm reading a good chunk of Leather and Lark. So I'm reading from chapter 5 to chapter 22. So a lot. And then we bounce between Leather and Lark and Scythe and Sparrow until we get to the end of the tandem read. So not much of the tandem read left, but quite a bit left. So I will catch up with you once I am done, finished chapter 522 of Leather and Lark and see where we are in the story. So right now we've had the wedding and we have the Phantom coming after Lachlan and Lark. Lark is currently in the process of moving to Boston. Lachlan and Lark do not like each other yet. They're still pretty mad at each other based on their first encounter, where Lark basically sent a man into a river and called Lachlan's company to come and clean up her mess. And Lachlan thinks that Lark is this rich girl who gets other people to clean up her messes for her, but he has no idea her history. We, as the reader, know at this point that Lark has been through a lot in her life. So yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, the second one was my favorite the first time I read them. So I'm really excited to get back into that story and revisit Lachlan and Lark's relationship. So let's see. I will catch up with you once I'm done chapter 22 of Leather and Lark.
So I'm just popping on here to talk about my thoughts on Leather and Lark. So I am about halfway through the book. I don't have the physical copy because I left it at my mom's. So I am listening to it on audiobook. And yeah, so I'm, like I said, I am exactly 55% through the book. So I thought I'd hop on here and talk about my thoughts so far. So far I'm liking it a lot better than the first book. I love Lachlan and Lark's banter. It's super funny, and I like their 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 situation of getting married for convenience because Lark got onto her family, not Lark, sorry, Lachlan got onto Lark's family's radar, and she didn't, and they wanted to kill him basically, so she married him out of convenience, and so that means he's untouchable right now because he's married to Lark. I like them married together. I think they're really cute. I have to say, as of right now, they are my favorite couple. I still need to read the third one, but they are my favorite couple at the moment. I really like too how when they met on Halloween, it was to clean up her mess, and he was like, "Oh, she's just some spoiled rich girl who needs someone to clean up her mess," and thought that she was on her phone and crashed into someone when really she killed the guy. And and how when they met again at the wedding, they didn't recognize each other. I mean, it was because they were in costumes, but still, it's funny how she like noticed it was him because he growled at her. They were getting kind of like hot and steamy, and Lachlan growled at her, and Lark's like, "You're that rude guy on Halloween," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, a growl? That's how you remember him?" I just found that so funny. And then um also, I love Lark's dog. Anything with an animal, especially a dog or a cat or a bird, birds mostly, I love. So her dog is super cute. Um, I Right now, it's a 5-star read for me. I will let you guys know. I think I'm gonna hop on here again when I'm 70% done the book, and then when I'm done the book. So then that way I can let you guys know. But yeah, it's a lot better than the first one. I'm really liking it, and I'm hoping to finish it soon. Fingers crossed. Also, in the prologue of how she dealt with her ex, that was a very interesting way to deal. I don't like to give things away. I mean, I have been, but you know what? It's going to be a spoiler. The fireworks attached to his Where the Sun Don't Shine. I gotta say, that was a pretty like a very creative way to get rid of someone, but he didn't even die, which I was surprised. I thought, and he go like body parts would go flying, but he didn't even die. But I mean, very creative way. Not saying that everyone should do that, but yeah. I also forgot to say I really like Lark's aunt, her great aunt. She's funny, and I really don't want her to die. So far, she's in the nursing home, and she like coughs a lot, and like sometimes blood will come up, and she's got cancer, I believe. Um, and yeah, I don't want anything to happen to her. So yeah, fingers crossing that nothing does, but I have a feeling it might.
So I finished the big chunk of Leather and Lark. I read from chapter 5 to chapter 22. Again, I have read this before, so I know what's going to happen, but this is like the intense part, like the crazy intense part of both of the books. So I'm really excited to see what this is going to be like as a tandem read. So again, this is going to be spoiler. So Lark is about to get kidnapped and put into a furnace. And then in Scythe and Sparrow, Fionn and Rose help Lachlan find her. And then in Scythe and Sparrow, the Matt 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 guy comes after Rose when they go back home from helping Lachlan and Lark. And then there's the epilogues, and there's a really exciting epilogue at the end of Scythe and Sparrow that I loved the first time, and I'm excited to read about again. So now I'm going to go back to Scythe and Sparrow. I read 4 chapters in that, and then 3 chapters in Leather and Lark, 2 chapters in Scythe and Sparrow. Then I read to the end of Leather and Lark, and the end of Scythe and Sparrow. So I will catch up with you and my whole thoughts after the ending of Scythe and Sparrow. But I am so excited. I love Leather and Lark. I still love it. It still reigns true. They are my favorite couple in this world. They are just so cute, and they form this bond basically within tragedy. And so I love it. But really sad, Aunt Ethel just died. Well, she got murdered by Harvey's brother, who is from the first book, and Rowan and Sloane killed him. So, but he was a murderer, so that's fine. His brother got to get over that. So here we go. Let's jump into all this action.
Okay, so I'm actually 75% through the book because the chapter I just read was a steamy scene. Not so much of the full thing, but it was after her after Lark's concert in the back room. Yes, like I'm not stopping. Mm. And I kind of lost track of time. I'm listening to the audiobook and like coloring it's pumpkin spice cafe coloring book. So yeah, it's good though. There's some things that I forgot to mention that I will mention now that I like about this book. So the sleep retreat of how Lachlan set it up for her, that was really cute. And then the glitter on everything, how she's obsessed with glitter. Reminding everyone that she's Lark Kane now, not Montague. And things that came up as like when I was getting to the 70%. So the romance book that Lachlan is reading, and how she found out about it. So cute, so funny. And how he got the headmaster from Ashmore. and was like, it's up to you. Like, you do what you want with him. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, that is, I mean, they killed him, but it's kind of, sweet. Oh, and the spicy toy that she gifted him while she was on stage performing with the cello, that is not that way, but that toy, I was like, ooh. And it took him a while to like understand what it was, and I was like, the minute I heard the author, not the author, sorry, heard the person say, like, describe it, I was like, oh, like, it's a toy. It took him a while to get it. I'm like, dude, it's a toy. uh, he's so oblivious, I feel like, to certain things. It's cute. It's so different. One thing though is the Phantom. So I believe that is Abe. I don't know if it is. I could be wrong, but I believe it's Abe. And I'm hoping to figure out who that is soon. Probably be at the end of the book, like it was in Butcher and Blackbird. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this book. It is good. It still sits at a 5-star read for me. Again, their banter, so good. I love it so much. And Lachlan getting, oh my gosh, jealous from her bandmates. It's really good. I'm really enjoying it. And the not the authors, the narrators. Yeah, I really like them. It's really, really good. I like it a lot. So next time I hop on, it will be I'll be done the book, and I'll give you my final thoughts and things I liked and disliked about it. Right now, the only thing I gotta say that I'm kind of disliking, but not really, it's in Butcher and Blackbird. There's a lot more murders, and there was I mean, I guess Lark isn't really like an out there serial killer. And Lachlan is an assassin and has to be like quiet. But I don't know. I thought there'd be like more murders, but to me it just doesn't seem as much. It seems more of a romance book. So I finished Leather and Lark. That was it was really good. I gave it 5 stars. I liked it a lot better than the first book. The last couple of chapters were really good. I don't want to give away like who was hunting down Lark's family. Yeah, it's connected to the first book. So what I liked about the ending was I liked seeing Rose a lot more, like at the end, trying to find Lark with Lachlan. That was really cool. I have a feeling I'm gonna like Rose. I really like Lark and Lachlan. Favorite couple so far. And the bonus chapter, I'm not sure what I can say on here, but oh, wow, that was really steamy. And yeah, and with Lark almost dying in a giant oven, I was like, wow. I've only really seen that once in a horror movie, and I don't watch horror, but my husband watches it, and I walked in on that scene, and I was like, yep, bye. And yeah, I just now read it in a book, and I've never really seen it done so much. Well, cancel that. Hansel and Gretel. That happened in that book. But yeah, it was good. I definitely enjoyed it a lot more than the first one. Not that the first one was bad, it was good, but yeah, there was a less murders, I feel, and more romance. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait for book 3. 5 stars, a lot better than the first one. I love the banter between the 2 main characters. It's so sad about her aunt. I know I said last time that I thought Abe was the bad guy. He is. But I'm not going to tell you how he's related to the first book and why he's after them. That would be for you to figure it out, but it is Abe.
Hey everybody, so I'm outside, so you will hear trucks and cars and stuff like that passing by. I just finished the book, so the last 5 chapters. They were really good. First of all, I want to know more about Autumn. I believe that was her name. You'll know when you read the second epilogue who she is. and I would love to know her story. So I'm gonna have to do some research about that. Maybe ask Danielle, since she's the expert of Brynne Weavers is her name, the author's name. I hope, hopefully. Absolutely loved it. I loved that in the the bonus chapter was steamy and involved the swing. Gotta read the book. I absolutely loved it though. This is my favorite book, and I don't think I'm Rose. I'm Fionn. I don't think I'm Rose. I'm Fionn. I would keep like the darkness inside, pretend to be like the perfect little person I am, but like there was always something in me that wanted to break free, and you wouldn't know it, but I am. I mean, you might know it, but I'm very smutty and stuff like that. So I'm Fionn. I feel like I do connect with Rose on certain things here and there, but I am definitely Fionn. But I do have to say, this was my absolute favorite book out of the whole trilogy. This is my favorite book. So it goes. So my favorite is Scythe and Sparrow. My second favorite is Lark and Leather. And my third, and then last is Butcher and Blackbird. So basically in reverse of how they were released. But yeah, I absolutely love Fionn and Rose together. They are the cutest couple ever. And I really liked it, and I was hesitant to read this trilogy. I really was, but I'm glad that Danielle forced me to read it, and that when we went shopping for all those books, she slipped the first book into my pile to buy. I'm really happy she did that, because I really do like this trilogy. It's really good. As a whole trilogy, I do give it. I'm going to give this book 5 stars. But yeah, and as the whole trilogy, I think I'm going to give it 4.5, because I didn't give the first book five stars. I gave it 4 stars, I believe. But yeah, it was really cute. I really like it. And yeah, I'm going to see if there is a book about Autumn now, because I would like to know her story.
All right, everyone. So I am home now. It has been a little bit of time. We got home and then got right into some home renovation projects, but I have finished my tandem read. I actually ended up finishing it while we were at the cottage, but then my family ended up coming up to the cottage while Josh and I were still there. So we had some much needed family time together. So I didn't get to update you on the end of my tandem read. So I officially finished my tandem read. I am so excited and happy with my decision to do this. So I decided to jump in here with a little wrap up of my final thoughts. So, as you saw in the tandem, it ended off with the last chunk of Scythe and Sparrow. Now, like I've said throughout this whole video, please do not watch this until you have read all 3 of these books, because definitely some spoilers. So Scythe and Sparrow actually finishes off with all 6 characters. So Rowan and Sloane from Butcher and Blackbird, Lachlan and Lark from Leather and Lark, and Rose and Finn from Scythe and Sparrow coming together at this cabin, and they end up celebrating the proposal of Finn to Rose. So, new fiance, and obviously Rowan and Sloane are married. Lark and Lachlan are married. So it is so exciting to just see these storylines wrapped up. I absolutely loved reading this as a tandem read. I felt like you really got a full story. I felt like all of the different characters came together. I felt like it kind of everything completed itself. I felt like it felt like a more fully complete story, and it felt like a TV show. I definitely felt like you could tell where the episodes would have started and ended, and for me, that was really exciting. I would say that Brynne Weaver is probably one of my favorite authors. I love the way that she writes these characters, their personalities, their banter, the humor, Like just the razzing of each other is incredible. I would still say that Lachlan and Lark are my favorite couple of the series. I love them. I think it's so cute how he like saves her. But not all the time because she can save herself too sometimes. I loved Rowan and Sloane, and they are definitely the OG characters of this story line and world. I would say Finn and Rose are my least favorite just because I feel like their story, we didn't get as much action as we did in the other books. Because a lot of it is happening as the other two are taking place, you already like have the expectation of her writing and like you already are in this world and you're already excited and I don't know. I just feel like their story was less impactful and less interesting. I mean, it was still pretty cool, but it wasn't as like messed up. And that sounds really weird to say, but like in these books, you have some really nitty gritty, gross, grody parts. And I felt like there wasn't as much in the third. And that sounds really weird to say that, like, I'm missing that, but like, I missed it. So I would say after reading Tandem Read, I give Leather and Lark a 5-star. I would give Butcher and Blackbird 4.75, and I would give Scythe and Sparrow probably 4. Like, I still loved it. I still loved the storyline and everything. I just didn't love it as much. So yeah, I would say if you have read all of the books separately, definitely consider reading them as a tandem read. I am so happy that I made the choice to read them as a tandem read, and I definitely recommend it to anyone who loves this trilogy. I am so excited that Ashley and Trisha are now into this world. And I love it. I love that they are reading these books. So I can't wait to hear Ash's thoughts, and then stay tuned because Trisha and I will have a separate video where we are talking about this world, and I love this world. So yeah, I think that's all. I think that's all of my thoughts. And this was my very first tandem read that I have ever done. It was on my bingo card for 2025, and I'm so excited that I got to check that box off. Yay! I think that's it. Yeah. So thank you for coming along with me on this tandem read. And I want to know, have you ever read the Ruinous Love Trilogy? If not, pause, go read it. Okay, you're back. You read it. So, who are your favorite characters or favorite character? And which one was your favorite book? Also, Barbara, Bentley, Winston? Winston? Yes. Come on. Y'all, they were characters in themselves. You know. Yeah, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure to give us a thumbs up, a like, a subscribe, comment down below. Again, have you ever read the Ruinous Love Trilogy? If you have you ever tandem read it? And if you have never tandem read it, give it a try. I loved it. All right, we will see you in the next one, y'all. Bye!